Hello future pharmacists, welcome to my YouTube channel GPAT Prep. Today we are going to talk about excipients used in tablet formulation. Tablets are used in solid dosage forms consisting of API, active pharmaceutical ingredient, and excipient. Excipients are necessary to increase the efficacy, safety, and compatibility. There are different types of excipients today. First, we are going to talk about diluents. Diluents are also called as bulking agents and fillers. We call them bulking agent because they give some volume to the tablet. And there are other reasons like improving cohesion and promoting the flow of the tablets. There are different examples like lactose, sucrose, mannitol, etc. We are going to talk about these. First, lactose. Lactose is of three types we have to know: hydrous, anhydrous, spray dried. There are differentiated based on Millard's reaction. Millard's reaction is nothing but discoloration due to presence of amine group or salts of alkaline compound. So Millard's reaction occurs in hydrous lactose. It doesn't occur in anhydrous and spray dried. So in anhydrous and spray dried lactose, there is darkening due to presence of moisture. Sucrose. We use sucrose in modified form. So modified sucrose acts as diluent. There are different trade names for modified sucrose. Before we know about these, we have to know about invert sugar. So when sucrose is prone to hydrolysis, it is converted into glucose and fructose. So together they are called as invert sugar. Sucrose is dextrorotatory. So dextrorotatory means when plane polarized light is rotated towards the right side, it is called dextrorotatory. And glucose also is dextrorotatory. Fructose is levorotatory. Together they rotate in levorotatory. So that is why they are called invert sugar, because dextrorotatory is converting into levorotatory. The trade names for sucrose or modified sucrose is sugar tab, tab, and ditab. Sugar tab consists of 7 to 10% of invert sugar, and dipack consists of sucrose in higher levels when compared, and it also has dextrose. Starch. Starch is used as diluent, disintegrant, binder, lubricant, and glidant. We use starch as modified starch with trade name star RX 1500. It is self-lubricating as well. There is another type of starch called hydrolyzed starch. It has trade name MDEX Cellutab. This consists of 90 to 92% of sucrose and 3 to 5% of maltose. We have to remember the percentages. Next, microcrystalline cellulose. Remember, all these are examples of diluents. So microcrystalline cellulose is used as a binder and disintegrant as well. So there are different brand names for microcrystalline cellulose, namely Avicel, Ericel, and Emocel. There are two types of microcrystalline cellulose: pH101 for powder, pH102 for granule. These are mostly used in direct compression tablets. We are going to learn about them in further classes. These are actually used in wet granulation as well. Next, mannitol and sorbitol. Mannitol and sorbitol are like twin sisters or twin brothers because sorbitol is an isomer of mannitol. When we change a certain group or a certain place of the group in the mannitol structure, it is converted into sorbitol. So mannitol is widely used in chewing tablets, and it can because it produces negative heat of cooling. That means it absorbs the heat in the mouth or in the area and produces a cooling effect. It also has low solubility. That means it doesn't easily soluble. That is why it is used in chewable tablets, because it can be chewed and can have this elongating or elastic complexion. It is used in vitamin formulation as well. Sorbitol is hygroscopic, above 65% humidity. So these are the properties of mannitol and sorbitol. We also use mannitol as sweetener. Let us talk about different sweeteners. Sweeteners give sweetness to our tablets. We like sweet tablets. So we compare the sweeteners to main sweetener sucrose. to know the relativity, like how much more sweeter are these sweeteners, like cyclamate, mannitol, aspartame, and saccharin. Saccharin is 500% more sweeter than sucrose, but we do not use it because it is cancerous. Cancerous is nothing but it gives cancer to people. That is a side effect as well. So cyclamate and saccharin are not used because they are carcinogenic. Mannitol and aspartame are respectively 72% and 200% more sweeter when compared to sucrose. There are other properties also. For aspartame, it lacks stability, and saccharin leaves bitter taste take it. After we take a tablet consisting of saccharin, not only do we have the bitter aftertaste, we also get cancer. So saccharin is not used for tablets anymore. Next, disintegrant. So what is a disintegrant? Disintegrant facilitate a breakage. How does that happen? First, it allows the water to enter into the tablet, then swell it, then break the tablet. Why do we have to break the tablet? So that API and excipient are separated and API can reach the target site to produce the therapeutic effect. So, examples are modified starch. Primogel and Explotab are trade names for modified starch that are used as disintegrant. Next, these promote porosity, wettability of compressed tablet. Disintegrants. This promote porosity, wettability of compressed tablet matrix. Next, there are super disintegrants as well. The difference between super disintegrants and disintegrants we are going to know. These are the examples of super disintegrant. Cross-linked carboxymethylcellulose. We can call it as cross carmelose because cross, we separate the cross here, then we separate the car here, then we separate the me here and lose here. That is why it is called carmelose, cross carmelose. The trade name being ACDISOL. Acdisol, Agdisol. Cross-linked polyvinyl pyridine. Cross is separated and PO is separated, VI is separated, and DONE is separated. Cross povidone. We call this cross povidone and its trade name is Vibasol. So remember this cross-linked carboxymethylcellulose is called Agdisol. Cross-linked polyvinyl pyridine is called Vibasol. Another example being sodium starch glyconate. So what is the difference between disintegrant and super disintegrant? These have different types of cons, that means negative effects. Like they are hygroscopic, that means they cannot be used with moisture sensitive drugs. That is the difference. Next, glidant. What is a glidant? Glidant decreases the friction between granules and it improves the flow of granules. There are different examples like talc, cornstarch, colloidal silica. Colloidal silica is what you say? Colloidal silica's trade names are carbosyl, slioid, or aerosol, aerosol, slioid, or retake. Talc, cornstarch, colloidal silica, carbosyl, slioid, or aerosol. Magnesium carbonate and magnesium oxide are also used as glidant. Glidant is used for decreasing the friction between granules. Remember that. Next, lubricant. Lubricant also decreases the friction between powder particles and die walls. The difference between glidant and lubricant is that glidant decreases friction between granules, lubricant decreases friction between powder particles and die walls. The particle size should be finer for the lubricant to be more effective. There are two types of lubricants: hydrophilic, hydrophobic. Hydrophilic, water loving; hydrophobic, water not so loving. These are the examples: sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium acetate, sodium benzoate, polyethylene glycol, PEG, popularly known as PEG, and boric acid. Stearic acid, magnesium stearate, calcium stearate, and sodium stearate. These are water hating, these are water loving. Lubricants. Next, anti-adherent. This is actually similar to glidant and lubricant. How? Let's see. This also decreases the friction or adhesion or shelling. And examples are cornstarch, colloidal silica, DL, leucine. So dextrorotatory, levorotatory, leucine. Next, binder. Binder is actually used for promoting cohesiveness. It is used for converting powder to granules with the help of granulation process. There are three types of binders: natural, synthetic, and modified. So, natural is Travagant acacia gelatin. Synthetic is totally man made, starch based, liquid glucose and liquid sucrose. Modified natural means they're like semi synthetic because we are taking the natural binders and converting them. Like we are deriving something from them. It's not totally man made, it's not totally natural. These are modified natural polymers. Cellulose derivatives are methyl cellulose, hydroxypropyl cellulose, HVC, HEC, hydroxyethyl cellulose, hydroxypropyl cellulose. Ethyl cellulose, it is not, it is used in because we have to reduce the dissolution or disintegration time. Why do we need to do that? Because it is used in sustained release. Sustained release process is a process by which we decrease the dissolution time and disintegration time so that the process is slowed down. It should be released at particular time. That is why we use sustained released process. Liquid glucose can be used in wet granulation and ethyl cellulose is used in wet granulation. Liquid glucose can be used as a synthetic binder in wet granulation process. We use ethyl cellulose a lot. Thank you.